and heading up the stairs. All the white wood and everything looks real good. They have repainted this, but they've done a good job of it. It looks like a good enamel paint. So, and I'm going to start over here in one of the guest bedrooms. Everything is very clean. No signs of damage to the walls or patches or repairs, that kind of stuff that I've seen. Standard size closets. So. This is linen, I'm sure. Yeah. And guest number 2, very typical size. I'm going to say these are like a 10 by 11 or 10 by 12 bedroom, so typical size for modern construction. Community bath. This I don't think was put in by the builder. I think that either this homeowner or a previous homeowner put this in. Tub looks real good. The you'll see when we do the outbriefing, the inspector will go through, run every faucet, check every drain, use a little infrared thing to measure the temperature of the water and things like that. He will go through and put a tester in every electrical outlet in the house, check for polarity and grounding and things like that. He will also check the heat distribution system with the infrared thing to make sure that it's all being distributed evenly throughout the house. Smoke detectors, CO2 detectors, so on and so forth. And I had mentioned earlier about the furnace servicing, and I'll probably talk about that more when I get out in the garage, but you want to have the furnace serviced annually. Typically sellers don't. Before a buyer comes in, they kind of leave it for the buyer to ask. So chances are we will probably be asking them to have a furnace company come out, service the furnace, and potentially the fireplace as well. One thing, you've got this ledge up here that you can put all of your Italian porcelain on, I guess. So, coming into the bath, again, everything looks to be in real good repair. Tile seems to be in very good shape. Little bit of cracking in the grout, but again, that's normal. And the solution for that is to come back and re-grout it. You can watch the YouTube video. It's actually very easy to do, and this would take a couple of hours. They're also now making grout in a tube, basically, which is a sanded caulk. And you could use that as well. I kind of am old school and I believe in using real grout, but it's a little bit more work. But that is just kind of typical wear and tear, and is not something that you would typically ask a seller to repair. Kind of like with paint, it's accepted that that's the way the house was lifted. It's not a hidden condition. It's just a condition of normal aging and wear and tear. And when we do get to the inspection results and the outbriefing and deciding what we're going to do on the inspection, you do want to pick your battles. This house looks awfully clean, so I don't know that there's going to be a lot of battles to pick, but repairing grout versus service the furnace, I'm going to ask them to service the furnace probably first, and I'm sure that makes sense to you. These pitched ceiling rooms like this always have some what I'll call dead space, and you shouldn't really use it for storage, but a lot of people do. So that's what's going on here in both sides of the room. And if nothing else, you do want to keep children out of these things, because they could potentially crawl back through that wall and back into the main body of the house. So anyway, I'm going to end this here. Wow, this got long.